I didn't know if you were gonna do it. What's this? Is Mad leading the charge on a Saturday? Why, that's Scott's biggest show of the week. I don't know if it is. I don't watch anything I'm not on, but like I feel like it is. You know. We got representation. Jane is here with us tonight.
My man. I mean, not on a show.
Street Mods, Wednesdays and Saturdays on Mad Barber Entertainment at 3 p.m. Central.
Cool that y'all have schedules. I don't.
Oh, yeah. When we make it, yes. We did not make it today, for instance. Oh, what's this?
Reigning is the Mad King, comes with no ease. Burden of greatness is hard on these knees. Lameness is your particular disease. Stitching with jokes, that's my sacred degree. Bloods and Crips got nothing on me. Always dig in, dig out for eternity. That's my war cry, it's on my Bradley. Knocking out movies like I'm fucking Jet Li.
Yeah, every superhero need his theme music.
You best believe satisfaction's not guaranteed. Mama Susan treats me like I'm a refugee.
Facts.
But I know how to use her. The YouTuber's YouTuber. Fighting on back roads and back rooms. I be saving the future. I'm down for two the chat. Bars that'll make you mad.
Tom has a very sexy singing voice.
And what's Gucci, my ninjas? It's your boy Mad Tismo, Mad the Madnevolent, Mad the Magnificent, Madverick, Mad Pock Choppa, Matt Gavelli, and several different names. I'm here. It's Saturday, and I'm running the dump because Scott's like, "Ooh, my kid has a birthday. That seems more important." See, chat.
Which is weird. He used the same excuse the exact same time last year.
Right? It's like every year. And joining us is Jane Theory.
Hello.
Big fan of She-Hulk, I hear.
Oh, don't remind me.
The only reason I watch this show, I blame it completely on you, is because every time I see ads put out your, your guys' video, I'm like, oh man, I gotta watch it so I know what they're talking about.
Oh, you really don't. Nothing happens.
It didn't. We'll get to it.
That's not true. She got a suit.
Which we didn't see.
Which we think, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was Deadpool shoes in the background of one shot, so.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, up on the wall. It was a pair of red shoes, and everyone's like, it's Deadpool shoes.
According to who? Twitter?
I didn't see shoes.
I didn't either. Hey, Grant's here as well.
Yeah, I'm here, and I'm happy to be here, and just like Daredevil. Later on, I'm going to go to my my gay tailor to get my new helmet. So, which is exactly what Daredevil would do as a character.
Oh yeah, it's actually pronounced Matitude, for the record.
Matitude.
Boost is here. Lily of the Fox Valley as well. Released the McCracken. I like that guy a lot. He's really dangerous with the memes, so I like to keep him close. Close 16-bit mascot is here. I said Boost. Let's see who I missed. Keely Chow. Zombie Box Reviews. Congrats. Oh, thank you. Didn't get monetized. So
why? How far away?
We got rejected.
Oh no, we made it. Yeah, we just got denied.
Yeah, we just got rejected.
We got rejected.
Yep.
Because I don't bend to the will of Mama Susan. If I want to use a song for a video, I will.
Oh no.
Yeah. I got something in the works that I'm thinking about starting another channel and play by YouTube's rules. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But to keep the Mad Barber Entertainment the way it is, so I can do what I want to. Because really, honestly, I don't need it to be monetized. But I do want to keep it to where I can make the content that I want to make. If I want to use the community theme song or like their little jingle underneath a video about throwing rocks in Star Wars, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I guess.
But let's see here. This Dr. Anonymous colleague person, I'm offended that the panel lacks Yeti representation. So yeah, he's celebrating his birthday just because he believes aliens in Congo. Jane.
Yeah.
Yeti. I don't know if you know this Yeti cast guy.
Uh-huh.
Last night we were playing this aliens game. Aliens Fire Team, something like that. Anyway.
Something like that,
Yeah. In the middle of it, he goes, yeah, no, basically Congo and aliens, like Congo stole the story from Aliens, like beat for beat, it's the same movie. What? Yes. Yeah. So as soon as we were done playing, we were up until like 3 a.m. watching freaking Congo, waiting. And we're like, Yeti, anytime you're ready to tell us which of these beats are like aliens, let us know. He's like, no, they got like the sonar thing where like they can see where they're coming. I'm like,
well,
It's not a beat.
I mean, I get it because in Congo he says stop eating my sesame seed cake. That there was that scene, and then in
That's a good
Aliens
scene.
someone yelled stop. So I mean, yeah,
it's
Virtually
so
identical.
far apart from being anything like the same thing. Oh, poor Tom. We invited him, but I don't think he could make it in there in time. Is he in therapy? Something like cocaine. Anyway, yeah. So I guess real quick while we waste time until I know Mark is on his way and maybe Tom make his way in here. But so She-Hulk happened again this week.
It did.
Yeah, I just watched it like yesterday, I think.
What did you think of it?
I'll say this. I have not watched Lord of the Rings since the second episode. I find it much more palatable to watch She-Hulk than I do that show.
Yes, I agree.
see,
I-
I don't know if it's because it's a better quality. I don't want to use that word,
No.
or it's just because it's shorter. I honestly don't know the difference. Like
Well, yeah, having 22 minutes of a show and 8 minutes of credits, it definitely works in its favor.
It helps, yeah.
I mean, Lord of the Rings has 12 minutes worth of slow mo, so every episode. So yeah,
It's not even worth watching to make fun of the Lord of the Rings thing. It's just,
It's
but then
but there's a tempest in her, which didn't even relate to the question that she was being asked.
it didn't. Just random words. She
Yeah,
just decided.
random word
Come on.
generator.
my biggest question so far in She-Hulk is who wrote for the judge to say that diplomatic immunity only counts in the country you're from?
I don't know. It's just like they said they're going to base it on like this is going to be like the modern Ally McBeal. I mean, Ally McBeal had lawyers written on this. They don't even allow cross examination on this show.
Not only that,
It's not even an actual legal concept what they described.
no.
It's actually incorrect.
Yeah.
That-
Who has okay, sure, you haven't seen Lethal Weapon 2. It wasn't the best, I think Lethal Weapon is a classic, and 3 and 4 we're good. I like the one with Jet Li. I know it's like people are like, gross, but I liked it.
number
But
4.
still, if you've never seen Lethal Weapon, you have seen Danny Glover go, the dude's like, diplomatic immunity, and he's like, just been revoked. Like, who doesn't know that?
Or just logically, where would you need immunity?
You wouldn't
Would
have it in the
need
country that
your
you're
own
in.
country? Or would you need it elsewhere?
It boggles the mind that no one was like, question, that's not how that works.
No one in the writing room was just like, are we sure about that? Have we asked anyone? No.
No one.
Oh, okay.
No one asked any questions. They're like, yeah. No, we don't need to cross-examine for any of these cases.
No.
But like on the first draft of the script, when it comes to that, it has in quotes legal jargon, and they forget every week to fill it in. So they're just like, quick, say a few words. Objection. No, you're presenting. You can't object to your own diplomatic immunity. Solved. There we go.
Yeah.
Next case.
think about
The courtrooms are just nonsense. The judge is like, I'll allow it. Like, it reminds me of the John Mulaney, his bit like the Law and Order. You know, he goes through the whole thing, and you have to judge this. Like, I'm gonna allow it, but be careful. You know what I mean? It's just it. It feels like it's there because they promised that the show would be about her being a lawyer.
Well, I mean, it's about her being a lawyer. She's a lawyer, so
Is
they
it?
have to have it. Technically.
Thank God they brought in that superhuman division of law work, because that's been, you know.
She's the second client.
We haven't seen her do actual legal work in her office, have we?
Well, she was on Tinder. That was research.
She twerked. By the way, like her second client was Megan the Stallion.
No, that wasn't her client.
No, like at the end, I think she's like, "Hey, I want you to be my lawyer." You're
that
cool.
was the average party.
That would be the third one. That'd be a third client.
That would be a conflict.
Two of the three clients are Megan. So, yeah,
it makes yeah. Oh, Predator 2 is by far the best Predator movie. I'll fight anybody on that. Predator's a better movie. Predator 2 is more fun.
Yeah, Danny Glover wasn't too old for that shit.
Video explaining Lethal Weapon. So I'll go to court now. Dude, Ted. Okay, I was thinking about this the other night. Ted 2, as bad of a movie as it was compared to the first one, it wasn't as funny. You know, you didn't get the "Hey You Lauria" guys. You know, that was awesome, right? Remember they did the little song, Ted and Mocky Mock.
What?
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it because
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ted 2 does a better job about courtroom shit when Ted is trying to fight for to be recognized as a person, to have, like, you know, the same rights as everyone else, right? It took more care and put in more effort into like showing that process than She-Hulk. We're talking about a movie that the premise is this teddy bear who can talk and curses a lot, wants rights like human rights, and has to go to court to fight for it.
Well, they probably actually spent some money hiring a lawyer.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. Marky Mark spent plenty of time around a court, so he knows.
Well, there is that. Yeah. Yeah. He has a history.
Who? Oh, wait, Danny Glover? I like Danny Glover. I like classic Danny Glover. I don't know. He's an activist.
Danny Glover?
I mean,
that's an old guy, right?
Yeah, Danny Glover. Predator 2. Lethal Weapon.
People over 60 are active.
People also forget he was in Saw.
He was in Sword?
Saw, SAW.
Oh, Saw. Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah, it was. He was also in Switchback with Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, with Quaidy.
Yeah. Something about a medical doctor? Something?
Yeah, for years I got him mixed up with Sidney Poitier. And I was wondering why every time I watched a Sidney Poitier, it wasn't an action film. I was young at the time. And then I argued black and blue for 3 hours that it was Sidney Poitier that actually defeated a predator. Turns out I was wrong.
Oh, man. Danny Glover, I think he's another one of those hard to work with actors. Like, what's his name? Edward Norton, you know, is famously hard to... Kristen Bell, yeah. Yeah, but he's still like, he hasn't been shunned like Edward Norton. You know, he has to direct his own movies now. Did a good job, though.
Yeah, because it's like, all right, you got to go on a press tour. He's like, you don't want me in the press tour. I'm going to smash this film. And they went, no, you got to do it. He's like, no, I will. I'll go out there and say this is the worst film in history. Okay, we're not going to put you on the press tour. He's like, but I'm getting paid for it. Okay.
Did you know that the director of American History X hates that movie? Because like when they were done shooting, he was locked out of the editing bay, and Edward Norton was the one that edited the movie.
I didn't know he was like that. I never heard.
Yeah. They say that's part of the reason why he was replaced as the Hulk, because he's not a team player. but his movie Motherless Brooklyn, I think, is his that he directed. Is a good noir. It's really, really good. I thought he did a great job.
He's a very good director.
He really is. Yeah, he's a fantastic actor in it too. But that movie is filled with people who have been, shunned by Hollywood in a lot of ways for being hard to work with. Like it's just filled with all those guys.
So they decided to work together. That's great.
Exactly. Yeah. Edward Norton is like, well, I mean, who else to work with but these guys? And but if you haven't seen Motherless Brooklyn, it's really good. It's filled with
Is it sad?
No. Oh no, it's like a detective noir. It's what would it be like? It's more upbeat than what you may think. Like it's a little bit more whispery, not whispery, wispy. It's a lighter tone than what you would think.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's got what's his name in it from Kill Bill in it. What's Madsen? Is it Michael Madsen? Is it
Madsen? No. So Edward Norton and then Gugu Mabahara, isn't it?
Nailed it.
Thank you. Alec Baldwin, William Dafoe, Bruce Willis. That's another guy nobody wants to work with.
Okay. I like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, well, in all fairness, Bruce Willis, he's going through a few things at the moment.
Yeah. Ethan Suplee, that's the dude from My Name Is Earl.
Oh yeah, he's now jacked like a shit house. That's crazy.
Oh right, yeah. I guess the girlfriend and I watched Dog with Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you see,
last hour of that movie, she's in tears. The whole last hour of that movie.
Yeah, you should watch like The Butterfly Effect and then that movie back to back, and you're like, holy shit, you're the same person.
Right. He was also in Boy Meets World. His dad was Vader.
I like Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, let's see here. No, but you know what is sad, Jane? All of these new shows and movies coming out. Welcome to Wexham and Dog. Oh yeah. She cries at Wexham every episode. Welcome to Wexham. Nobody knows that one either. It's a documentary.
I've heard the name, but I don't know it.
So Ryan Reynolds and Rob McCallum, the Always Sunny in Philadelphia guy.
Yeah.
Mac. Yeah. So they bought a soccer team. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. In Wales. And so it's a documentary about how that goes. And man, dude, every week they tell a sad story about some, wheelchair bound person trying to see these games and how much this team means to the whole town. And yeah, it gets you every episode. But it's good though. Been enjoying it. That's a good one. One of the few out there that it sucks how much we focus on the bad, the Rings of Power and the She-Hulk, when there are good things out there, like House of the Dragon. Everybody seems to be digging that one, right?
Oh, Severance was really good too.
I love Severance, Jam.
Yeah,
there this.
Good things out there.
Can't wait until the second
to
season.
do an episode breakdown of that, for each one, because I think it's Apple's best work.
Absolutely, yeah.
I people should go for Ted Lasso. That's what's going to draw you in, but they got to stay for Severance.
Yeah.
Severance is so good. It's so underrated.
Was one of those sleeper ones where I hear the premise of it. I'm like, I'm not watching this. No way in the world. Who's in it? I'm like, no, I am not. This is going to be terrible. Second episode in, I'm smiling like a freaking retard. Good for you. You go, guy.
I have my problems with Ted Lasso. It's really hard to put aside the fact that he is in this other country rather than taking any other job to be close to his son that he says that he loves so much. You know what I mean? That's really hard to get past for me. That he wouldn't take some job that was at least in the same, I don't know, country as his kid. But
yeah, but he has an infectious smile.
Yeah. There was a great, have you seen this show, Ted Lasso, Jane?
No, it's on the list.
Check it out. Yeah. It's really good.
Everybody keeps saying
there are some moments of the tismy, modern day political, like, but it's not as bad. But they also are fairly balanced. Like this one character, she's talking about how like her husband had locked her up in this ivory tower, and that's why she lost contact with all of her friends and stuff. And she's saying this to like her best friend. Her best friend's like, yeah, he may have, but you took every step all the way to the top of that tower on your own. And I was like, oh, damn. Like if this was She-Hulk, what's her name?
There would have been finger clicks in the
Nikki would have been like, I know, right? Hetero life is horrible.
Hetero life is hell.
Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so recommendations would be what? Severance?
From is good.
From is really good.
Yeah,
From is really good.
I'm not looking forward to the second season though. I didn't like the zinger at the end.
It's scary. What could happen?
What was your problem with the thing at the end?
With the bus and everything, it's like, oh, cool, a bunch of expendable characters for next season.
Oh, you think that's all it's going to amount to?
That's all. Dude, I've seen Lost. It's the same premise.
I don't know.
Hey, and he was in Lost as well.
True.
I'm surprised they haven't killed him off because he dies in a lot of TV series. People forget he was the lead in that zombie series.
Huh?
What zombie thing?
It was like the Walking Dead, but if it was like you're on heroin. Z Nation.
Oh, I never watched Z Nation.
I watched an episode.
Yeah, he was a lead, but they killed him off in the second episode.
Are we talking about Caricio? Wait, what's his name? Oh, the girlfriend's gonna get pissed. What's his name? In Romeo and Juliet, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Oh, Marquicio.
Marquicio. Yeah, I was close. Yeah.
Yeah, you better remember his name because he put plague on both your houses.
It's a scratch.
Dude, so I hadn't watched that in years. The girlfriend obsessed with that movie when she was growing up.
Love
she
that
knows
movie.
every line by heart. And what I noticed about it is that, especially in the beginning, you can tell who understands what Shakespeare wrote and those who just memorize the lines of what to say.
In the movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Especially in the beginning, like there, you definitely could tell the difference between those who got what they were saying, the other ones just repeating it. What is up, Mark, with AC?
Mark.
Emily, what's going on?
Hello.
Talking about all the good television that's not on these days.
Yeah, well, there is some. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we went on Severance. Have you watched Severance yet?
Dude, the only thing I've been watching is mandatory overtime on my job. I haven't had time to catch. Although I did have time to binge Cobra Kai, but it just pulls you in, you know what I mean, whether you want it to or not. And I had a great time watching that. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat who has watched the new season of Cobra Kai.
Everyone should be in jail by the end of that season.
There was a lot of
they should have been in jail
going on.
Technically a long time ago. But...
Yeah.
No, I loved the first season.
It's a great series. It's a great series with a great message. If you got a problem with someone, don't use guns or anything. Just use karate, and the cops will never come. It's great. It's perfect.
Well,
did anybody else see this?
You can get away with a little bit more with fighting than you can with weapons. Yeah.
But what it does so well is it shows you so many different perspectives of, like everything in everybody. There's just no, unless it's a Kreese or whatever, but even he had you could see a little bit of his perspective as well, like nobody was just pure evil,
right?
But everybody was messing up. So,
nobody's two-dimensional. It's everybody's multifaceted. They have depth. All of the characters, you can kind of understand their flaws as well as their strengths. It's a really good, well thought out show. You can tell they took their time and invested in each character. I like that.
I like that perspective, but I just want Johnny to get a win for once. Jesus Christ, it's been 5 seasons. Just give him a win.
But you know what? The fun in watching Johnny is just because he's just a guy who can't get it together. You know what I mean? So it's fun to root for him. If he just started winning, it would be like, well, there goes the appeal of the show. You know, he's just supposed to be this burnout guy who means well, but just for some reason just can't make it happen, you know? But
5 seasons seems like a long time to be that guy without any, like, without that growth into figuring, you know, life out.
I hope they end it with that. Like, however they choose to end it, that should be his moment of growth and development, and he's moved on.
Well, did any of you watch this last season?
No,
I haven't watched the most recent season yet.
No. As long as it ends with him crane kicking someone in the head, I'm fine with it and go, see, that's an illegal shot.
Oh, yeah, I hope so, because Danny was the bad guy in the original movie. Anyway, has anybody else seen Day Shift with Jamie Foxx? Because I have.
I got halfway through it.
I watched it.
There was so many. So there was some great ideas in the movie. Like, I'm like, okay, I like where you're. Oh, okay, we're just gonna move right on past that and go on to this nonsense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was some. The bones were good. I think it would have been better served as a series because there was so much lore in world building that they needed to do, but they had to skip over because they wanted the movie to be, you know, 90 minutes or whatever it was.
It reminded me of Bright, where it had an interesting premise, but they rushed everything just for the sake of it.
Exactly. Yeah, another movie that had too much world building for that movie. You know what I mean?
Don't matter today. Yeah, and then he slapped it.
That's what was so great about Raised by Wolves. It was another favorite of mine, and it is a travesty that it was canceled. But Raised by Wolves, that whole first season is basically world building. It is just, you know, letting you know what is happening in this show, and then the second season is like, okay, now it's time to go cuckoo bananas, and they went cuckoo bananas, and it was beautiful. But yeah, you can't always do that with you know, certain movies or whatever.
Yeah. But you know, it's good that they attempt it. You know, world building is a good thing to do. Yeah. You know, you're showing that you have imagination and everything, not phoning it in. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was good. It's worth a watch. You know. Yeah, it sucks that it got canceled. If you haven't seen Raised by Wolves, man, that was another good show. I put it up there. Not Severance, but like the next tier down, if that makes sense.
Bro, some people think about like when they retire and stuff like that, they're going to travel, they're going to have adventures. All I'm going to do is binge all of the stuff that everybody told me to watch over the years. You know what I mean? Because I've missed everything, bro. I watch everything like later.
Yeah.
That's me. You know, what was Lost was off the air probably about like 8 years or something before I watched it.
Couldn't do it. I tried that show.
Yeah, Michael Bean, 60s. He's like, dude, I really want to talk about Heat. Come on, I just saw it.
What, Heat? The movie? Love Heat.
Never seen it.
What, Jane?
Nope.
Get her out of here. Get her out.
Oh my gosh. What? Jane, you're talking about I didn't do that. Jane, you're talking about Robert De Niro and Al Pacino at their peak. This was before that. Wow, I'm the crazy guy. You know what I mean? Or they're like, I'm just going to be the funny old guy now. You know what I mean? That was my Robert De Niro. Chad, we don't have either one. That was both me. But
nailed it.
Oh, Heat is so good. And it has it's a bank robbery movie, right?
Oh,
Cops and robbers, right?
Like
anyway, yeah, but so the shootout after the bank robbery is one of the best filmed like gun battles in cinema. It really is. They cut out the score as soon as like Val Kilmer sees that there's cops. Yeah. They cut out the score, and all you hear is just this bellow and the echo from all the buildings of every shot goes da da da, and it's so loud and perfect. And the way Val Kilmer put in so much time with his ability to reload. Oh man, it's Heat is worth it, and it holds up. I guess we just watched it probably 3-4 months ago, and it holds up. Heat is amazing. Speaking of Heat, Zombie Box Review sends a £2 pound, right? Did I get that?
I think
so.
£2 super chat. Nice.
2 fancy L's.
Or no, it's just 1 L. Is that half a pound? I don't know.
No, but there's a 2 next to it, so.
Or would it be a stone? Is that 2? You should give the Cyberpunk series a watch.
2 currency.
2 currency. Cyberpunk is it
them a watch?
Twice as many as 1 currencies.
If it has the feel of anime, like Cyberpunk is that game, right?
Yeah. I think it is actually an anime or a cartoon style.
You should go check out Weeba Day on Literature Devil's channel. Ever heard of them? Every Friday they talk anime. I don't think Scott's ever seen an anime.
That's another thing I have to get back into. I tried what was that? Titan, the one with the
what's that one?
Big people, big naked people eating
Attack
people.
on Titan.
Yeah, I have to get back into that. It looked like it was going somewhere,
It is.
It was just real freaky. I was trying to figure out, why are these people like this? What is up with these giant naked people?
They explain it later. You just have to keep watching.
It's creepy. Yeah, there's something to it. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to it. Absolutely. But
Headless Ned shorts for Australian $2 because Sporking is not here.
Yeah,
a worthy cause.
Very worthy.
Yay. Donate to keep them gone.
Jin Wong for Australian $5.
Yep.
I just don't watch any TV at all anymore. Oh wait, I just don't watch any TV at all anymore. It's just YouTube for me now. You guys are way better. It is all right, but not as good as El Dunkachino. Kind of went Hispanic there at the end, I guess.
Yeah, you saw the Cena when you went, oh, I got this essay.
He does.
I don't watch much television either. Honestly, it's just.
Oh man,
I watch people's reviews of shows more than I actually watch the shows now.
I have to like I can do that like if it's EFAP when they do like Batwoman or whatever, but like when Jane and Az talk about She-Hulk, I'm like, well, I gotta watch it so like I can I really know nothing. Yeah,
but you've got to understand their format is brilliant. They talk about what happens in the episode for about 4 minutes and then talk about something else for the other hour.
Oh yeah,
because it's such a bad show.
Yeah, She-Hulk is damn near unwatchable. Honestly,
it really is.
It's bad. It's bad. Like there's nothing going on. It's got no reason to exist.
And yet, I would rather watch that than Lord Rings of Power.
Yeah,
hands down.
Yeah, don't watch it with Yeti. He rewinds it too many times. It ends up being a 2-hour episode.
Yeti's the worst.
Rings of Power. I tried to think about would I enjoy it if I didn't know what they were doing, and the answer is still no.
No, yeah, I've been saying this like. There is no reason to even bring up any of the problems that like what they're doing to the lore or the race swapping or any of that. None of that is necessary because the show at its basis, at just as like the structure of the way that it was made is garbage. Like it's just bad. That is all you need. The
acting is bad. The costumes are bad. The set is bad. The sound is bad. The cinematography is bad.
I'm pretty sure she defiled a horse as well in the previous episode.
The what?
What?
I think she defiled a horse.
Oh my god!
I was looking at her face expressions, and it was Though it's an interesting series if you think of it as this isn't the origin story of Galadriel. It's the origin story of Gollum because her face is getting more and more looking more like Andy Serkis by the end of it.
Wow, maybe they're gonna throw us a curve.
Speaking of curves, zombie box reviews for another £2. Pacino confirmed his character was high in heat. Oh yeah, he seemed like he was strung out. Also, I'm sure Pacino this was like 90s, you know what I mean? Like the Jerry Bruckheimer, Don Simpson, era of Hollywood. Everybody was on cocaine. That's why the movies were so great. They didn't waste time. Like, we got to get this stuff blown up.
He jumps out of a plane. Then what happens? And then they ride a tidal wave, and then they shoot the polar bear. It's great. Let's do it. Film it now. Let's go.
Maybe what's wrong with today's televisions that they're not high enough.
I think that they spend too much time. I think they outthink themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because they're trying to cover all the bases all the time.
That's right.
To some degree, you just have to tell your story and don't care about what people are saying or thinking or
just
whatever.
Gotta go.
Yeah, You know, are we going to offend these people over here? Are we going to defend? We can't do this with this character because that wouldn't be right. Come on, it's too much.
It's difficult enough for them to have a conversation with one another because there's such a checklist of what they can and cannot say. And so they're like, you know what I mean? It's like a standoff. Like, ooh, who's going to say the thing first? And then the other one's going to have to call him out as a racist. That's no way to have a conversation where, you know, you have to be up to date, like to the day of the terminology that's being used. Like the X and the woman, like one day that's like, yeah, that's how you're going to do it. And then some companies like, yeah, we support Womex. And they're like, what are you doing? Why would you do this?
Yeah.
Why would you put the X there? Like you just can't.
Yeah.
Just focus on your story and be done.
Yeah. And you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to be wrong. You can't be afraid to, you know, to offend people. You know, you just got to go for it. Like, do what you do.
Oh, don't bring that in here.
What in the world?
Mark's face. The real Mark. Yeah, he did this to me before we started. It's the craziest thing, right?
Whoa. What the hell was that? Oh, God. I'm a little bit traumatized by that.
I didn't mean to make you sad. I apologize.
No, you didn't. You did the tongue and the eye thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's kind of scary, you know, having flashbacks to like when I was looking at something maybe a little inappropriate and maybe somebody caught video of it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, no. Oh, God.
Speaking of inappropriate.
Good tongue work.
Yeah.
Speaking of good tongue work, Jin Wong? Yep, request. Can someone cut a Tempest in Me remix? Tempest in Me.
I feel sorry for the person that has to listen to that over and over again.
I don't know what that means.
What is
that?
This in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
She's like, you know, there's Tempest. She's like, there's a Tempest in me.
I didn't watch it. I'm so glad I watched She-Hulk instead.
And they're like, that's the take we're going with. And they're like, yeah, that's perfect. I'm like, cool.
She was so serious.
And zombie
that was
bots.
Rings of Power?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't watch that last episode yet. Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. We're gonna build a wall, a fabulous wall. Oh, we're gonna build a wall. We're gonna build a wall. I don't know why mine sounds like The Godfather.
Yeah.
We're gonna build a wall, a fabulous wall to keep out the elves out. Let's make Mordor great again. Rings of the South. Lol.
Nice.
Thank you. Feel like I nailed it. Chat, not Donald Trump. That was me.
They literally are afraid of the elves taking their jobs.
Oh, dude, they even had the line. They took your job earlier on in the episode.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
They went there, huh?
They did.
One elf turned up, and then all of a sudden they were doing things about immigration's bad because they're going to come in, they're going to take our jobs because they don't get tired, they work for cheaper, you know.
They work for
this is
they don't retire because they live forever.
Yeah, and apparently they don't die.
I can't believe they're actually doing that. I cannot believe this is what they think Lord of the Rings Tolkien fans are looking for.
Lord of the Rings is full of allegory.
These people are insane.
By the way, Tina, no, Jane and I both watch She-Hulk weekly.
Yeah.
So there's that. Oh, dude, the first episode. Oh, maybe it was. Yeah, was it the first? Like when.
Oh my god!
It throws me off every time. Stop doing it, Grant. It freaks me out. Anyway, the first episode when he's like, "Tell me about this poisoning. I'm the black elf," right? And the guy's like, "Just let it go. How long are you gonna hold on?" Like, what?
Yeah,
where is this coming from?
Yeah, like that's the thing. I think they're all filmed in green screens, and they just take the best takes from each different one. Because the conversations don't make any sense with each other.
They don't. It's like they do cut and splice it together.
Yeah. She-Hulk's no different. Like that one dude that keeps playing different characters, and everyone's like, "No, it's fine. No one's gonna notice." In the last one, he's like, "What's up, girl? Yeah, I'm gonna get those new Iron Man." Like, who is this dude? Like last episode,
I thought it was the shapeshifter. I thought the shapeshifter was back from the previous episode because the character was completely different.
So that was the lawyer for the dude that got tricked into, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was
Because
the same dude with the basket in the first episode or
Yeah,
second
he's the one that
episode.
he's the one that shows her where the best place to poop is.
It's insane because the last episode he's like, oh, you guys know that's not me. I love women in the office. I've always been a fan of and this one he's like, what's up, girl? Yeah, gonna get those new Iron Man shoes, Avanzers. Get it?
But his whole dialect changed. His body mannerisms are different. You would not know it was the same person.
How many episodes is this crap? Is it almost over?
What, She-Hulk?
Yeah, halfway.
No.
Just halfway. They got a lot more damage to do.
Yeah.
Like the last episode I saw was with the ditzy chick who was like in court and she was over. Like that was
Wongers.
just stupid.
Oh my God, Wongers.
Yeah. And I can't believe people are making like memes out of her. They're liking her like she's a breakout character or something. It's awful. Like this is what you guys like. This is what you're attracted to. This is awful. Man.
She was very pretty for her age because she's way too old to be acting like this.
How old
Does
is
that
she?
make
agreed?
I don't know how old, but she had like, I mean, I have crow's feet, you know what I mean? But I also don't go around like, oh my God, Wongers. Like, lady.
She's like the LA type. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely an
I thought it was
episode.
Elizabeth Olsen when I first saw her. She kind of had that look to me, like the round face-ish kind of John Byrne kind of drawing face look. Yeah, you know, maybe it's just me, but yeah, I thought so.
White women, am I right, Mark?
So just before we went live, I found this article and I thought it would be appropriate for this stream because this movie seems interesting. I'll read. The Woman King.
Oh, The Woman King.
Director Gina Prince By the Wood.
Is her name By the Wood?
That's what it looks like. Gina Prince By the Wood. By the Wood?
I guess.
Be the Wood.
Remember The Wood? That was a good movie.
I got wood. No, never mind. Anyway. Go on.
No, The Wood, man. It was like with Mekhi Phifer.
Sorry, Jane.
It was like at the same time as like Belly, Baby Boy, and then like The Wood. But I think The Wood was about like about a wedding that was happening. It was like in that same time frame. Pretty sure I'm right about this one. Anyway,
with Mekhi Phifer.
Yeah. He may have been in it. On true stories, brutal fights, and what matters when making a historical epic. Now, I have a hard time believing that this movie is going to cover a lot of the real history, like how the women warrior of this tribe lost immediately in their first battle.
They don't. This is happening before their big conflict with the French. At this point in their history, because they exist for.
This is when they were selling slaves. At this point,
well, they were a slave trading empire.
Yeah.
But this part, like people focus on their losing that final battle, but this actually takes place prior to that conflict with the French. This is basically close to their downfall, but closer to their peak, I guess you would say.
Oh, Mike Has Bad Knees said The Wood was about a wedding, and they flash back to their childhood. So you were right, man. Yeah, good memory, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But they were a major slave trading group.
Oh,
just like
absolutely.
Everybody else, pretty much.
Yeah. They became warriors, and it completely bonded them because they were going through this hell together. What is this? Wow.
There were a couple of scenes that were accurate. In terms
have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, really?
There were a couple of because this was their society is probably closer to Sparta in terms of just how extremely violent and brutal their culture was. So everybody pretty much went through sheer hell if you're going to be a part of this.
Right.
You had to be like Viking, like that's the type of category you would put them into. And there were scenes that we know from historical accounts that they went through that were akin to like tourneys and stuff like that, where they performed all of these trials in front of the king, and those who survived it would become part of his king's guard and those scenes are in there. But there's a lot of inaccuracies as well.
What did you think about the movie? I'm curious.
It was mid-tier. Like, I mean, it wasn't great. My issue with it principally had to do with how they injected a lot of modern feminist ideas into it. So, for example, there are no good men in this story at all. In fact, you seldom see the men they fought with, because they weren't a separate, like, they were a group, right? They were the King's Guard, and they did fight with the military. They fought with the males in the military. But in this show, it makes it seem like they were the military. Like, you don't see the other soldiers, the other thousands of soldiers who are part of this army who they would fight alongside when they would go out. Like, I would think of them more like Shield Maiden type characters, right? But
Right.
you don't see that. They send them out in the show as if they are the sole military contingent. And that's just not true. And then all of the men are terrible. The king's terrible. The European allies are terrible. The other guys, like I said, you seldom even see them. In their enemy nation, who they're fighting against, entirely male, and all of them are terrible. So it's this weird. They've basically perverted, I guess you could say, a story that would have been perfectly fine. And within that narrative of the strong woman character, like you have that organically in their story, but it wasn't good enough. They still had to find a way to tear down men, even in a story where you have women who are fairly, living in egalitarian society. It's just absurd.
Danny from Comic Check sends in a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Danny. Good to see you. And that bet. Remember, Tom Brady retired, so that whole thing about Dak Prescott would be better than him, that doesn't count. Dak's injured, so we can just forget about that whole thing. The Wood starred 3 friends. Omar Epps, who is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. Richard Jones and Ty Diggs. They grew up in L.A. It was awesome. Lisa Ray starred in also. See, I remember it.
Now I know
like
which one it
they're
is.
I think they're in a convenience store or like a gas station or whatever when like they start talking about their past or whatever, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was, I'll say, mid to late 90s.
Yeah. He was also in...
Have not seen it.
He also starred in Love and Basketball.
Omar Epps, yeah.
Come chat with $2. Yo, man, I'm sure Tech will outperform Brittany again. Well, we don't know. It's still early in the season. Anyway, moving on. Oh, another $5 super chat from 16-Bit Mascot. Hey, guys, always enjoy your work. Thank you. Hell Mad, Jane, Mark, and Grant.
Hey.
You do more than you know. Hell the chat and cheers on this fine Saturday. Well, thank you very much.
My man.
Mascot, my man. Wait, oh, that's messed up. He does kind of look like, he does kind of look like, man, what's his name? The Pittsburgh Steelers head coach.
I can see him in my mind, too.
I know.
I
just went blank on him. He kind of looks like Omar's big brother, you know?
It could be. Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, dang, that's going to bother me. Anyway, all right. Let's see. Gina Prince by the Wood describes her road to making the Woman King as a sustained fight for 25 years. But she says with this cast led by the formidable Viola Davis, who I love, I think she is awesome.
Tomlin? Is that the guy's name?
That chick, Viola Davis,
yeah.
act, man. She cried snot when she was in Fences. And I've never seen anybody do that. And Meryl Streep hasn't even cried snot. But she was doing that. She was sucking up that snot in that scene with Denzel Washington. I was like, bravo. She went there.
Talking the scene where she's talking about her dreams and aspirations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That part sucked. What up, Danny?
A Braveheart-esque historical action drama about female warriors in West Africa. The sustained fight was worth it.
I wouldn't compare it to Braveheart at all.
Yeah.
But, By the Wood has to sell this movie. You know what I mean?
I would they could compare it to like The Last Kingdom. Like something grittier. Braveheart isn't quite as, I don't know, as vicious. It's a different level.
Yeah, even though it is very bloody in the battles, though, but it's not a continuous like grit to it. I get what you mean.
Yes.
I mean, one they're fighting for freedom, the other one they're selling other people's. So
well, it's not necessarily. I mean, those two things don't necessarily have to be at odds.
Yeah.
A lot of slave societies also fought for their freedom, including our own. Just because you own slaves doesn't mean you want to be enslaved by other people.
Yeah, no, you know firsthand like how bad it's going to be.
Exactly.
Did the chicks in the movie have to look so? Did they have to look so rough though? You know, every time I see a promo for this movie, I'm like, damn, all these women in here, and none of them they look so busted up and just rough.
Well,
I think so. Yeah.
No, that was that.
I think one of them had a fade as well.
It's true to the story because these women, the women who became a part of this particular contingent, tended to be the wives of the king who were the least attractive. So there were two groups, and they did portray this.
Accomplished.
You had the girl, and this is another point that I actually took issue with this movie. You had the ones who were more feminine, right? The sort of prettier one, girlier ones, and they were looked down on and sort of disrespected by the warrior ones, who were more masculine in many ways. Even though I don't think they were really that way in real life. They sort of upped the masculinity with them. But
yeah,
they had that dichotomy where it was like the ones who were just being women in a traditional sense were sort of looked down on by the women in this group and some of the other people in the court or what have you. So I didn't like that either. It pushed that message.
Yeah, I mean, considering this is show business, right? And you want to have, a good size audience and everything. It's like you don't want to go to some movie and watch a bunch of ugly chicks. I don't care how unrealistic it is. Show us some like really hot chicks going into battle. Like wearing the little cloths and stuff like that.
Nah.
Yeah, it would make a lot more money. You get more engagement. Absolutely.
Would 300 be a more apt comparison with this movie rather than Braveheart?
Yeah, I think so. Anything dealing with Sparta.
There was a lot of ads. Yeah, got it.
Because that's the level of ruthlessness that you're dealing with. And that's why people are like, oh, they're the worst. They're the absolute worst people. Yeah, they fall into the category of the barbarian types.
Yeah.
Barbarian women. Yeah.
Speaking of barbarians, Headless Ned Shorts, because Sporking is still not here. Let's see here. Prince by the Wood. The last name's really growing on me. I like it. Who came up in television in the early 90s, broke out as a writer-director with the 2000 indie Love and Basketball. It all comes together.
Oh, well, there you go. It's a circle.
Did not know that it was written or directed by a woman. Because that was just when, people judge movies off of the movie, really. You know what I mean? More than, well, who wrote it? Who directed it?
So speaking of the 90s, right? Could someone answer me, whatever happened to Taye Diggs? Because when I was younger, I wanted to grow up to be Taye Diggs. So I thought he was the coolest guy on the planet. And now I haven't seen him in anything.
Ain't he on some show on the CW? He's on some show. Yeah. I gotta remember.
Let's see here. Yeah, All American since 2018. That's gonna be.
Yeah. My son watches it. I'm like, hey, that's Taye Diggs. Yeah, awesome. He's working.
I liked him. What was he in that I can't. He's been in a lot of good stuff though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, because back in the night, that was when Omar Epps was in. I think he used to always call it. That was Omar Epps said that was when he was doing black films. Is how he worded it in the 90s before he got white cast in house.
You know what he was in? Taye Diggs. I'm pretty sure he was. Omar Epps I think was in it too. Dracula 2000. I rewatched the other day. Yeah, I rewatched one. Gerald Butler played Dracula.
Huh?
In Judas. Yep.
Oh my God, Dracula 2001. Yes, that's right.
No, 2000. Dracula 2000. I had always built this movie up to have it's a bad movie, but it had a really unique concept. And then we rewatched it like a few months ago. I'm like, oh man, I've really made more of this in my head than they did. Because the premise behind it is that Dracula is Judas, right? Because that's the 30 pieces of silver, and it they went through and explained all the weaknesses that is Dracula comes from Judas, And I'm like, oh man, that's just a interesting concept. And I'm like, and so for years I've always talked about that concept, and then rewatching the movie, I'm like, oh, never mind. I made a bigger deal about it than they did. Anyway, what was I? Oh,
Speaking
but
of Dracula, is anybody going to watch this new Interview with a Vampire series?
What?
I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not looking forward to it.
I don't know, man. I've been meaning to rewatch Interview with a Vampire, but it just feels like a drag.
Yeah.
The original?
Yeah. Like I remember liking it.
I loved that. No, I loved it.
I loved it. Yeah.
I may rewatch it.
It had its moments.
Put that on my list.
I like the Louisiana parts. When they left and went to Europe, that was kind of weird, but
oh, I think I did hear about this new one, right? Aren't they swapping Louis Brad Pitt?
Yeah, they made him Creole of color.
Yeah, the guy from Game of Thrones is playing Louis.
They just couldn't get anybody from here, I guess.
Well, there's not a lot of people there, Jane. In all fairness, it's a very small area,
I saw, oh boy, we're never going to get to this article. I saw there was conversations talking about how like X-Men, right? And how there's no African American like top tier members of the X-Men or whatever, and they should race swap like Rogue, because some actress came out and said that she would love to play Rogue. And
Palmer.
Yeah, and one of the tweets I saw was like, well, yeah, Mississippi, they have, it was like given percentage of the black population in Mississippi, so it would make sense that Rogue would be black. I'm like, that's not how that works, is it?
What?
Yeah, it literally
Rogue
was like,
isn't black.
Yeah, that's
right.
And the story, right?
That's it.
She's not.
She's just not.
Closed.
She is now.
But their justification for race swapping Rogue was because Mississippi has a high population of black people. Therefore, it would make sense that Rogue would be black.
It doesn't work that way.
Trust the science, Jane.
They just stay reaching, and I just wish people wouldn't jump on that bandwagon. They know it doesn't make any damn sense. It's like, just because somebody throws it out there, it doesn't mean that everybody has to be like, hey, that's a good idea.
Right.
It's like, no, the character is what the character is. Just stop.
I mean, even in Interview with the Vampire, like, they didn't really get the casting right the first time, and now they just completely gone in a different direction. It's like, are you ever going to try and get it right?
Mm-hmm.
Or no?
Speaking of getting it wrong, Jen Wong nailed it. Interesting movie. Can't wait for the parody. Queen of the Damned.
The Woman King, right?
I actually like Queen of the Damned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Queen of the Damned.
She hasn't done much lately, has she?
Was that a Whitney Houston song? I'm the Queen of the Damned. Remember?
What?
Yeah, Whitney Houston.
No.
Yeah. It was in Bodyguard.
Wait a minute. She did sing some type of satanic song, right? Like she was dressed up, I think.
Yeah, with like a gold thing. She's like, I'm the Queen of the Damned. I think it was Queen of the Night or Queen of the Now.
Matt be knowing stuff. He catches this stuff. You know what I mean? And files it, apparently.
Yeah,
that's good, man. Very impressive.
Thank you.
God, I miss Whitney Houston. That was my baby, man. Ugh.
Dude, Bodyguard, legit good movie, man.
He took a shower. She'd still be here that night.
Awesome. Man, we ain't never gonna get through that. I'm just gonna
something, Grant.
We're everywhere. But dude,
you're killing me, bro.
Think of that movie though. Think of Bodyguard in the time that it came out. In like, you know what I mean? You had this interracial couple, this love story between these two. And I don't ever remember it being, I guess because, my stepdad was black. So I'm like literally in a house with an interracial relationship. So I may not have, you know what I mean? But like, I don't remember there being this whole like, oh my God, what are they doing? How can this be on a movie? Kind of a thing with it.
It was controversial at the time, but
was it?
Yeah.
Also because she wasn't an actress. She was. Yeah.
They said it was
Queen of the Night. That was it.
I don't know. I think we were past that by that time. I don't think it was as shocking as all that. I mean, maybe because it was Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston. Maybe that was it. You just didn't see them pairing up, but I don't think the concept was like that crazy, you know.
I think it has more to do with Kevin Costner being like he is white. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you think white guy, you think Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
You know,
you wouldn't
he
think
has
his
no
leading lady would be Whitney Houston.
He has no soul to him. Does that make sense? Not soul, but like
those are the better pairings, I find.
I guess so. Yeah, it worked. It definitely worked with the movie, but he has like no swagger to him. He's just and he was very stoic in the movie to begin with too. He's very by the book, you know. I kept trying.
It's like when you see him in The Untouchables, he's just not bringing that fire, and I love that movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
He was a pretty weak Elliot Ness to me, you know. Yeah. So I think that's what it is. He
should have been Connery.
That isn't wrong. Kevin Costner is white. You know what I mean?
Very much so.
Speaking of not bringing the fire, one of my favorite movies of all time is Glory. Fantastic movie. Doesn't deserve enough praise. I mean, doesn't get enough praise even now. But I the weakest part of that movie is what's his name? God dang it, what's his name?
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick.
Bueller.
Yeah. Just
I was like, what is Ferris doing in this movie, man?
Dude, Andre Barry, that was phenomenal as well.
Yes. I dug, I'm like, all right, I got him when he was the weak, like, you know, playing dead on the battlefield because it's just so chaotic and brutal. But at no point did he ever portray someone that I thought men would follow, like what they followed. Does that make sense? No. He never had that thing that people would follow. So I he's definitely the weakest part of that movie. But Glory's, man, the ending is so good. Jane, have you seen Glory?
I've seen it, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
So good. I watched it like maybe a month ago.
Yeah, young Denzel, man, bringing that heat. Yeah. I think he was right off of Soldier Story.
Did he win the Oscar for that one?
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yes, he did. I think he did win an Oscar for that.
Yeah,
Denzel
best
did.
Supporting actor. I'm pretty sure he won for that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So
either him or
I don't
Morgan.
know why he's supporting. He carried that film.
Oh, he did. Everybody was so good. It had what's his name from Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah, Andre Bauer. It also had what's his name? He played Robin Hood. You know, Toodaloo. What's his name?
Yes.
Kerry Ewis?
Yeah. Princess Bride.
Saw. Another guy from Saw.
That's right.
Yeah. Princess Bride, dude. Yeah.
You know, I've never seen Princess Bride.
Oh, wow. I hear it's good. I thought that I could believe them following him far more than I could believe them following Matthew McConaughey. That's just me though. But
you mean Broderick?
Yeah. What did I say? Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah. Nobody would follow him either though. So you're right.
I like Matthew McConaughey. He does okay in some things.
No, he's capable. But I'm talking about just commanding. I haven't seen that role yet where he can command other men around him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
we had a lot of men around him in Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh wow!
Didn't see that one.
I didn't see that one either. He
died of AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! What happened?
Jared Leto was in that as well.
Dude, I saw Morpheus. Whole time I there was still hope that he would actually say it's Morbin time because I was because somebody convinced me that he actually does it and I was excited. But
I didn't hate that movie.
I didn't hate it either. It just completely goes off the rails by the third act. Like they're like, logic, who needs it?
Yeah, well.
But
they had the perfect cast for Morbius there in Matt Smith. He would have been better. He even looks like a bat.
First time I've ever seen him. First time I've ever seen that dude.
What do you mean? First time you ever saw Matt Smith?
Yeah. Yeah, from House of the Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else.
Interesting.
Have I?
Well, I mean, other than Doctor Who, what else was he?
He was in the Terminator. He was the Terminator that killed John Connor.
See, I didn't see that movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was out of Terminator by then. To me, it should have only been 2. I don't know how it turned into a franchise. Terminator 1 and 2 and done. Just like Aliens 1 and 2 and done.
He was in the Rise of Skywalker.
We're gonna drag it out.
He was supposed to be,
Rise of Skywalker.
Right? Wasn't he supposed to be like a young emperor and it got cut or something?
Oh, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the only 2 things I've seen him in. Is in oh, he was in Mayhem. I don't remember him in Mayhem though. That's the one with Samara Weaving, who
He's in The Crown.
He was in True Detective Zombie. And that was the first one with McConaughey and Harrelson.
Oh, I don't see that listed.
Oh no,
here.
okay, no. Okay, you're talking about actual Matthew. Okay, yeah, he was great in there. Absolutely.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Mayhem. I guess he was in that too. That's the one with the
with
Stephen Ewan,
Walking Dead. Guy?
Walking Dead. Yeah, him and Samara Weaving, who I'm a huge fan of. Samara Weaving, Hugo Weaving's niece, also Australian. She was in Hide and Seek, or no, Ready or Not. It's called Ready or Not. Is a fantastic horror movie. I really.
She's also the lead in the new Scream movie.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's Margot Robbie with makeup.
Yes.
I like Samara Weaving more than I like Margot Robbie. Like, I like her a lot. She was even in Ash vs. Evil Dead for a couple episodes, or maybe an episode. And she has that Netflix movie, The Babysitter, which was actually really good. It was really fun. Check that one out too, The Babysitter. I like Samara Weaving. See there, chat?
She's got a good future ahead of her.
Yeah. Who's the sexist now? Not me. I'd like Lincoln Lawyer as well. That was really good.
You're racist because she's white, so yeah, you still lose. Yeah.
Dang it. I have watched it maybe in the past year or 2.
Lincoln Lawyer. I saw that, but another one I don't remember.
It had a murder. What's his name?
Oh, Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule. Yeah, Ja Rule's in
acting?
Lincoln Lawyer. He was in. He was in the movie.
Dude,
Wow.
he's a priest now. He has his own cult following and everything. Yeah.
Ja Rule?
Ja Rule?
Yeah, Ja Rule. Yeah.
Wow.
Or a pastor, maybe not a priest, a pastor, but yeah, he's got his own congregation and everything.
Damn. They'll let anybody in these days.
Kanye has his own school now too.
Who is he teaching?
I don't. They have to sign a do not disclose
An NDA. Yeah.
Yeah. To go to the school.
That's
Guess
weird.
he learned from R. Kelly, huh?
Oh yeah, I thought he went down with Fire Island as well.
Yeah, that's the last thing I remember him being associated with. That debacle.
Mm-hmm.
That and him getting destroyed by Eminem.
And 50, yeah.
Yeah, M50. Jesus.
Jesus.
Is pasta like spaghetti? What's happening, Chad?
What are y'all talking about?
Well, I said I think he's a pastor.
Oh,
Or a pastor. Sorry, pastor.
Oh, pastor. Oh, that's funny.
Apparently, that's what happened to old rappers. They go into the church or, establish themselves. Rev Run. I think he was the first one to do it from Run DMC.
He did do it, yeah.
But wasn't he a real pastor?
I think, he
he's got
did
the right
take
first name for it. So, Rev.
Yeah. I mean, of course, it wasn't always his name, but yeah.
Destiny or Vanity? What? Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon. She was in
Vanity.
that. She was in. Is it Vanity? Right?
Vanity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She is now
Everybody
in.
loved her, I guess.
She is now a evangelical, like real deep into the Jesus. Also bald.
Yeah, she's very deep into Jesus, dude. She's dead, bro.
Wait, is she?
Yeah, probably. I'm saying the better part.
That's not. Hold on.
That's committing to a bit. I applaud her for that. That's committing to it.
Vanity. Hold on.
Vanity died?
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, she died in 2016.
Believe me, I would know if her fine ass died.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, before she died, she became a born-again Christian in 1992. She later devoted herself to her church in Fremont, California.
Well, that's good.
Died at 57.
She should have done it a long time ago before she corrupted me. Because let me tell you, back in the day, woo, she's got a lot to answer for. Let me tell you, Vanity was bad.
Oh. Did you see Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon?
Yes, absolutely.
Show enough.
Yeah, show enough.
Love that movie.
Still haven't seen it.
What?
God, Jane, what are you doing, Jane?
These are classics.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says.
She was also in Never Too Young to Die with John Stamos. He was going to be
that was with Stamos,
Yeah, he was going to be the American James Bond, and Gene Simmons was the bad guy, and it is a cuckoo banana movie.
Gene Simmons? Is that the dancer?
Yes. No. No.
Did you say the exercise guy?
No, from Kiss. Oh, not Gene.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing as well. I was like, dude, how campy is that bad guy gonna be?
Next time she does this, don't correct her. Let her go through life thinking this. Let her get to a party and do that.
What's his name? What's the exercise guy?
Richard Simmons.
Oh,
Richard Simmons.
Richard
Yeah.
Simmons.
Okay.
Oh, I would love to see him.
Exercise guy.
Oh, if he.
Sorry,
man.
Jay, you went along with that one. I was just like, this sounds terrible. I want to see it.
Yeah.
George Stamos versus Dick Simmons.
Wanna rock and roll all night
and party every day.
No.
I was 16 till I realized it was party every day, not part of every day.
Same thing.
Oh, wait, Role Models. I've seen that movie.
Yes, we discussed that last week.
Did we? Oh.
Yeah, the last
Role Models is funny, man. I like that movie. Say what you will.
Vanity was also the love of Prince's life, by the way.
Was that the girl in the movie when she was on the back of his bike?
That was Apollonia, but Apollonia only got that role because Vanity and Prince had broken up.
Oh.
Stargrove.
Oh, I forgot his name is Stargrove. I'm not trying to get him claimed. But so yeah, this is Never Too Young to Die. Come on, where is he? I just want you to see Gene Simmons. Because
American hero.
there's Vanity.
God, his hair is beautiful.
All the hair is beautiful.
This is like classic 80s.
Oh yeah, it's so 80s. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh, that guy.
Yes. Jane, you
Is it weird that I think Richard Simmons would look straighter than him in this?
Yeah, right. That's funny.
It's a crazy. I don't want to get him claimed, but like, yeah, it's definitely worth a watch party. It's so good. And speaking of Gene, no, that wouldn't work. Speaking of
Simmons,
Hunch the Dirty Roofer, for $5 American, way we like it. Mad for glory in my headcanon, I replace Broderick with Jeff Daniels from Gettysburg. Oh, makes it so much better. Okay, yeah. It's really hard to see, and I've seen Gettysburg. I remember being very long, but it's really hard to get Jeff Daniels out of Dumb and Dumber in my head for him to be in anything serious.
Yeah, he went full retard on that one, man. You can't unsee that every time you see his face now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, that's good headcanon for sure. You can smell the cocaine in the movie.
That's the 80s.
Oh man. Oh, DMX kept it real. Oh yeah, dude. R.I.P. DMX. I appreciate him.
DMX was just way too real for the game, man. He was saying a lot of stuff he shouldn't have been saying. So
yeah.
And he has
Old
the
Dirty
best
Bastard
remix
was like that too.
He has the best remix with Thomas the Tank Engine song. If you've never heard it, it's a treat.
Who is the best rapper turned actor? You got a few to choose from.
Will Smith.
But I mean,
okay,
Will Smith
yeah, I
is
forgot about him.
barely a rapper though. Like,
yeah, like let's be real.
He rapped.
Parents just don't understand.
Just because he didn't rap about drugs and killing people doesn't make him not a rapper.
He did rap about shaking the room though. So
he did rap about the Wild Wild West.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I still think LL Cool J's Deepest Bluest is the best movie rap song. Deepest Bluest. My hat is like a shark fin.
Yeah.
He became a pretty good actor, I think.
Who? LL Cool J? I mean, if they can get him to stop licking his lips.
Ice Cube has had a successful career.
Women love LL licking his lips. You know, that's
in his one leg hiked up to his knee, his one pants leg hiked up to his knee. I remember his show.
Coming from Jamaica, Queens, that's all it was. He was a couple of years ahead of me in high school, and he took all the girls, and we all hated him. You know what I mean? It was terrible. LL just, yeah.
Ludacris.
Luda. I mean,
his characters that he plays.
It's the same character though, basically, and everything.
I know. Yeah, I guess.
Maybe Will Smith definitely, if we're gonna count him as a rapper, he definitely like has the lead on that one. Whatever happened? What about the best? What would you call it? Autobiography movie? I don't know the term for it. Of a rapper.
But a single rapper, or because
it's single rap. Well,
I was gonna say because
Compton.
Yeah, I really did enjoy that.
Yeah, I was thinking more like you had 8 Mile, you had Die Rich, no, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
Notorious, the Notorious B.I.G. movie, and man, I'm missing one. Wasn't there one or two others in that same vein of like 50 trying to rap was crazy. I'm just saying.
But you know, rap biography movies tend to be the same. Like they got to be gangster, they got to be getting out of the game, and you know, they're in the streets and everything. And that's why I do respect Will Smith, because at least he didn't try to like perpetrate that tired narrative. And his life was pretty rough, you know, so you wouldn't think that he would have projected himself the way he did. The same thing with Cool J. He came out of a very violent, abusive home life, but it wasn't reflected in his persona. So, you know, I do respect that.
Hey, Childish Gambino. I loved him in Community. Yeah,
he's a good actor.
Very talented.
You know how he came up with the name Childish Gambino? He didn't. He used the Wu-Tang rap name generator.
Yeah.
Do you know how many? No, it's not, because it's infuriating, because you know how many times I put in my name in all kinds of different ways to get a cool Wu-Tang rap name, and I get the dumbest stuff. That's what we're doing right now.
Does he have 2 names though?
Danny Glover?
Yeah, Danny and Glover. He's got first and last name.
No, I mean he has 2 different names he goes by, right?
Childish Gambino.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like everyone that was in like D12. They had two names that they went by. That was a part of the rules to get in.
Tupac. I mean, he died, but he was a good actor.
Well, yeah, and he was also a ballet dancer.
Really?
I always considered Tupac actor who rapped.
Donald Glover.
You know what I mean?
Donald.
Yeah. Don Glover.
Donald Glover is
he's actually responsible for Miles Morales, because he tried out. He wanted to be He wanted to be Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, and then he said, "Well, why can't why can't I be that? Why can't we have a black one?" And then the guys at Marvel pulled him in and they said, "Well, we're working on something. Let's just give us a few ideas of what you've got." And then next thing you know, Miles Morales.
That's right, Boosh. That's what we used to call him back in the day when the Phantom Menace was still a thing. We used to call him Don Glover. That's right.
See this? Look at this. That's what they gave me.
Violent Venturer.
Trying this again. Let's see. Let's go with Grant. Fast Freebooter.
Damn straight I am.
Oh, too far back. Let's see. And then okay. I always forget where to put the Y. Jane Deary. Dynamic Corvus.
Oh, that's better than mine.
Not too bad.
It's better than static.
Sounds
Corvus.
naughty.
It does. It does.
Check out my dynamic Corvus.
Mark with C.
Sympathetic Mon Whopper. What? Whooper?
Mon Whooper. I don't.
What
see-
is that even?
I don't know. I don't know what a mon is and how you whoop it.
Mon Whooper.
Jeez. Oh man.
I'll whoop a Mon.
Speaking of Mon whoopers, Jin Wong. Is Scott gonna show up or is he on a milk carton? He apparently this time every year it's like a birthday thing.
Yeah, they won't delay it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yeah, anyway.
They're hilarious.
You guys got it. I mean, I got put in this position last minute, you know, earlier in the week when Scott was like, oh, we're going to have, you know, Culture Casino or Grant Gregory, you know, lead it. I was not mentioned in this, even though I run his Wednesday show.
I keep telling him you're the second in command.
Right?
He ignores me.
Thank you, Jay.
Did we touch on this that Little Mermaid thing or
Oh, we haven't. Oh, the translucent thing, right?
Yeah,
What's the
whatever it is.
thing?
What? You don't know about this?
Oh God, no.
Matt Walsh, who I love his humor because he is so dry with his like, it's so funny. He on his show last week, he's like, what did he say? He was like, you know, I think, you know, based on science, you know, scientifically, the mermaids should be translucent because it's so deep under mermaids, you know, are deep underwater, and so they wouldn't have any pigment at all. They would be translucent, and you could just see their skull or whatever. And people freaked out about this. Like he was trending on Twitter for so long because
Sounds like a siren.
I heard people saying stuff like he wants all black people to be invisible.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they took it to weird places. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is what we have to look forward to now. You know, you have a black Little Mermaid, so people are circling the wagon, and you can't say anything. This performance is going to be Oscar worthy. Might as well just surrender.
I just need them to get the lighting together. I mean, have y'all noticed that everybody who's reporting on that has to lighten the image because you can't even barely see her? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All of the magazine articles and all the reports, they have to lighten the image because the lighting is terrible. They've even lightened her hair.
Did you see when someone did the AI for it and it turned to white?
Yeah, I saw that.
Far out.
It was too old looking though. They could have made her younger.
Oh well, I mean, his skin would be all wrinkly under the water for that long. Makes sense.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know.
Yeah,
I got a lot of, I know a lot of women who don't like, black women who don't like getting their hair wet. So I don't even see how this could be possible because I've seen some things, they get like crazy attitudes, and their hair gets wet and stuff like that. And
well, they could have picked. That's why they should have just made her hair straight.
Yeah.
Because there are millions of black women with straight hair. They could have just done that.
Yeah.
And made it
show.
red.
The left and the media, this latest outrage falls into that second and admittedly very specific category. So those who listened to the show yesterday may recall the very brief moment during the comment section segment of the show when I responded to someone who was giving their opinion on the Black Little Mermaid issue. In my response, I asserted that scientifically it makes no sense for Ariel to have dark skin. In fact, I suggested that she ought to be translucent and skeletal and horrifying like a real deep-sea fish. Our loyal fans over at Media Matters heard those remarks as they hear literally everything else I say because they're obsessed with me and want to date me. And they immediately posted it to Twitter and published an article on their site with the headline, Daily Wire host says it is unscientific to cast a black person as a mermaid. Other left-wing blogs picked it up, like the site Alternet, which reports, and I'll read a little bit of their report because I think it fairly captures what actually happened. Quote, right-wing Daily Wire podcaster Matt Walsh threw a fit on Wednesday over the new live-action remake of the classic Disney film The Little Mermaid, because the main character, Ariel, is portrayed by actress Halle Bailey, who is black. Matt said that while he is sympathetic to more racial inclusion in fictional works, he opposes Bailey's casting because of marine biology. Quoting me now. Quote, also, by the way, with the Little Mermaid, can we also just mention that from a scientific perspective, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have someone with darker skin who lives deep in the ocean, Walsh complained. I mean, if anything, not only should Little Mermaid be pale, she should actually be translucent.
Yeah, so that's what he said. And Twitter,
he didn't say not only should she be pale, she wouldn't have any pigment, so she would be translucent. She wouldn't be white or black.
I keep forgetting I haven't talked to Erie since it went down. Yeah, she definitely needs to get her opinion on that one. Yeah.
But I just wish they had kept the hair. If they had just done that, I think it would have been fine.
Maybe.
Or they could have made her the other character. You were talking about Jane, her sister.
Yeah, could have done that.
Why not?
Yeah,
or
I mean,
better yet, they could have actually pulled from some of the West African mythologies having to do with mermaids and did something completely new. Any of those options, they had several.
Who wrote the original? Was it Anderson? What's his name?
Hans Christian Andersen.
Yeah. The original one, by the way, is not
horrifying.
Well, none of his stories were, nice. They've been Disney-fied, because like that one ends and like she evaporates into like sea goo or something.
None of it's based on like those horror stories of old. Yeah. It's all based on like Disney.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But I just feel like they could have done. They could have avoided the controversy, and they specifically chose not to. But
this is why I'm really looking forward to
right, which to me is like the bare minimum.
Yeah, I don't care enough. Like, it's not going to be a good movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the chances of it, based on what we've seen from Disney when they're doing these live action adaptations. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Like, she also has no love story, by the way.
Oh, really?
Of course not.
They took that out, apparently.
Wait, okay, so
hold on.
Is she still losing her voice?
I'm not sure, but what they've come out with in terms of marketing is that this will not be your love story.
But
this is a modern telling.
That is the story.
Yeah, I know.
But then what's the morals of the
You know what I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be her dad is going to tell her she can't do something.
And then she's going to say, I can't.
And then she's already done it. And then Ursula was dumped by Triton because he's a man whore. And that's the reason why she's the way that she is.
No. You're wrong. Ursula's mom was killed by Dalmatians.
That makes sense. Yeah, it does. It tracks.
They really don't want to push heterosexual love. No. You know what I mean? At all costs, they want to avoid this thing. Like, I didn't watch the last episode of Rings of Power, but is Galadriel getting plowed yet? I mean, how many episodes has it been? If it was Game of Thrones, it would have happened in the first episode.
Five Numenorians, and was able to beat them to the point that they just walked into a cell.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing is, she has a whole husband at this point, and yet he's not in the show.
Yeah,
like, they haven't mentioned him at all.
Not mentioned.
Oh, Culture Casino is pestering Rascal as his Wu-Tang. I like that one, pestering Rascal. Oh man,
she's gonna want to see. She's gonna come out. Listen, she comes out of the ocean, and her first words are, "I want to see the manager." They're gonna turn her into that.
Oh man, yeah,
that's
like
terrible.
That's why I always say, like, the race swapping is just part one of what they're gonna do. It's always part one. Part two is destroy the character as much as possible.
All right, so we're going to take an over-under bet. How many really effeminate black men are they going to put in this?
Oh,
because you know they have to.
Any of them.
It's part of their quotas.
Well, we already had the black man fairy godmother on what was that?
Pinocchio.
Was it Pinocchio? There's one in Pinocchio?
No. It was,
oh no, it's a woman. Sorry, that's a woman. Never mind.
It was.
Was it Cinderella or something?
Yeah. It was Cinderella.
Ooh, girl. Ooh, child. It's like, come on, bro. I'm gonna sit here with people are gonna sit there with their kids, with their sons, watching this crap.
What was the crab's name? Who was the one that's the son?
Dusty.
Yeah. Was Sebastian black coated? I don't know.
He was Caribbean.
Oh, black coated?
Yeah.
So that's going to be your feminine black male.
Probably have like a, what do you call it? A lisp or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, like if he was designing clothes for superheroes.
Yeah. They made sure to have one in the Woman King as well. I mean, granted, they did have eunuchs taking care of the women, or quote unquote guarding them or whatever, but they made sure to make him a prominent figure in the story.
Like, I'm scared of what they're gonna do with this Mufasa thing.
Oh,
you know, that they're gonna go back now and mess with that character. That was a strong character. Now, of course, it wasn't a black man. It was voiced by a black man, but you know, everybody knew what the deal was. But what are they gonna do with this character now?
He's gonna be gay.
He might be.
He's gonna be a gay lion.
I feel like he was gay coded.
Head of the Pride.
I feel like he was gay coded.
Yeah, he's gay coded. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it'll be he changed his ways just for duty, not because he was really straight. It'll be something like that.
Real quick, let me get to this before we move too far away from Little Mermaid. Zombie Box review for £5, $5 British. They changed the ending. Ariel's captured and chopped up into fish fingers.
Yum.
Sounds delicious.
Fish sticks.
Oh yeah, he does. I forgot he has a Jamaican accent. Man, I just want him one time to be like, the devil's not welcome here. Yeah, remember? That's one of my favorite. That's my favorite part of probably almost any movie. The girlfriend that we always like, who that in my house? Bad Boys 2, remember? They go in the house.
Yeah, the guy with the dreads.
Yeah,
and he's got the dangly things through the walkway that always get caught up.
Jamaicans make good bad guys. I don't know if it's the accent or not, but like, remember Marked for Death, the Steven Seagal movie? They were twins. There were two.
Yeah.
That
was ridiculous. And I saw that in the movie theater full of Jamaicans. That was insane.
Jane, you ever seen a Steven Seagal movie?
Which one? Any
Steven Seagal movies? Under Siege. You had to see Under Siege.
I'm pretty sure I have. I just don't remember any of them.
I was like, that's top tier. Steven Seagal is Under Siege.
Yeah.
Man, I was a big fan as a kid. I mean, all like Out for Justice, Above the Law, Marked for Death.
All those 3-word titles, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Dude.
The worst one was, I think it was the first one where he's like knocked out. I think his family got killed. He's in a coma.
That is out for no, not out for. That is it Out for Justice?
I want to say, was it hard? No, it wasn't Hard to Kill, right?
Hard to Kill. Yeah, I think you're right. Hard to kill. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was hard to kill. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So but yeah, so he's like laying in a coma for something like half a year.
Yeah.
And the nurse comes in
that
and
beard was so ugly.
Takes a peek at his junk.
Yes.
Like, yes. This dude has been in a coma for something like a year. And she's like, ooh.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, bro.
Oh,
like,
he grabs the dude by the wrist and he's like, I remember you taking you to the bank, the blood bank. I don't know. That's probably not the same one. My apologies, everyone. They were Haitians and Bad Boys 2, not Jamaicans. My bad.
Okay.
My bad. Oh, dang it. Showing my
That's
bigotry.
when we used to do one-liners in those movies, man. You know, like Arnold when, what was it? Commando, don't wake my friend. He's dead tired after he killed him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we don't do that anymore, man. Back when movies were fun.
Don't. Yeah, they really don't.
Yeah, I think that James Bond film where it was just all one-liners ruined that. You know, he punched the guy in the face and he went, how's that for a punchline?
So this is kind of true. I believe this was in Arizona with Sheriff, whatever his name was, that cuckoo banana dude that took all the prisoners and made them wear pink. That guy. And they went to go, it was supposed to be like this dog fighting rink or whatever, but it was some dude that had like 2 tickets for like a city ordinance. I forgot what it was, nothing. But it wasn't a tank. It was a APC. It was a military-like vehicle. And yes, Steven Seagal was the one that drove it, and it may have went in. Sheriff Joe, that's it. And it may have went into a house. Yeah, maybe.
It's crazy.
Could have happened. Could have happened. But speaking of military vehicles into a house, there's that John Boyega movie that I am really looking forward to seeing.
Dude, you remember how I made that parody poster?
Yes.
Dude, they did the same thing. They shrunk him again in the Chinese release.
No, they didn't.
What movie was this?
I'm trying to remember the name of it.
It hasn't come out yet, right?
No.
Yeah,
it's
he's channeling Denzel in this movie.
The Gentle Giant, the story of the Gentle. I can't remember his name.
No, that's not it. What's that movie called, man? Breaking. It's called Breaking.
And it's not about breakdancing.
No, actually, so the story is actually about oh man, I just blanked on his name, dude. Oh man, hold on, let me look it up real quick. Because I don't want to get his sorry, yeah, Brian Brown Easley.
Oh,
right?
Easley, yeah.
Yeah, so this was I forget what year it was, but let's see, 2018 or nope. Did it happen in 2018 or 2017? 2017. Basically, this is a true story, right? He was a veteran. He had a lot of issues, but the VA stopped paying him. It was like $800 maybe at most that he was getting from the VA that he was living on, and he got kicked out of the VA because he's trying to like get his money, like what he's owed, and they stopped paying him for BS reasons. This always happens with the VA. And he went into a bank, and he said that he had a bomb, and that he didn't want any of the bank's money. All he wanted was his $863 or whatever it was from the VA. That's all he wanted, and didn't hurt anyone. And the negotiator was negotiating with him, and he let a few people out or whatever. And this fucking sniper from the SWAT team or whatever said, "Hey, I got a clear shot. Can I do it?" Like, no, don't do it. And then not too long after that, he takes the shot on his own. Was never told to do it. He made the decision on his own and killed him. Wow. Killed him.
Yeah. $892 a month.
$892. Yeah. And killed him.
Why did they kill him?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
the
he
dude
was
told. He called. He was like, "Hey, I got a shot. Can I take it?" They're like, "Nope." And then they're still negotiating with him, and they're pretty much almost have everybody out of the bank at this point. There's just a few people left, and the negotiation was going well. He wasn't violent towards anybody. He talked to the news. Everybody in the bank was like, "No, he was really nice." He wasn't even after the bank's money. He was after $892 from the VA. They could have took it out of their fucking pocket. Anyway, this sniper took the shot on his own, and then he's acquitted because
you're just wondering if he still got it.
And then he leaves and gets a life pension.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, also Easley, black man. You want to know how many riots there were? You want to know how much protesting there was going on? You want to know how long the story lasted in the news? Less than a day.
Less than a day.
It pissed me off because it could be any of us. And
you have to have a criminal record for that to happen. I mean, I'm not saying that anyone deserved it. I'm just saying that tends to be the
Well, in
criteria.
Minneapolis, Minnesota, they killed somebody who was a teacher, and there was a protest.
What was that?
Just
in Minneapolis, the teacher who had to carry a concealed license, he told him to reach for it, not to reach for it.
Yeah, in the car.
You know why he shot him?
Yeah, in the car.
Okay, I remember. Did anybody riot for him?
Yeah, they were out in the streets.
Yeah, interesting.
That one. So with me, because as y'all know, like being a former cop and a veteran, I always like lean towards like let's wait and see when all the facts come out on what happened before we make any judgments on what I mean on dirty cop. Mm-hmm. But this one, it just it cut deep to me. Not only as a veteran, but as someone who has always been like, whoa, let's slow down. Let's wait until we get the body cam footage. Let's see what happened before we see this happen, before we overreact. And it was just wrong. What they did was wrong.
But do you think it's because you're a veteran?
No, even as a cop, what the guy did, he took the shot on his own with no provocation whatsoever. Wasn't ordered to do it. Had already been told not to do it.
Well,
It gets made the decision on his own.
Yeah, there were multiple snipers that had shots that didn't fire as well. It wasn't like he was the only one there. Multiple people had shots and didn't do anything because they were told not to.
Even the shot itself is just dumb, because if you're talking about a guy that is saying that he has a bomb in his backpack, what if he has a dead man trigger? What if when you shoot him, it goes off? What if you hit? What if your shot gets ricocheted off of some glass, off of something, and it hits somebody else? There's so many different ways it could have went wrong, but he decided to do it anyways for no reason whatsoever. And then nothing in the news about it. Nothing. That's why I really hope that they do him justice with this movie. You know,
not just that. It's also Michael Kenneth Williams' last film as well.
Absolutely, yes. He plays the negotiator, who also is a veteran. The real life guy is a veteran as well. And yeah, man, I guess
it should be pretty powerful.
I hope so.
Yeah, yeah. Boyega is, he's a beast, actually. Even though he was wasted, with Star Wars, but he's got some range.
He's had some pretty good movies ever since.
I even liked him in Attack the Block.
How was he in The Woman King, Jane?
He was good for what he had. I mean, unfortunately, his character was not portrayed well, in my opinion. He was just sort of one-dimensional, petty, narcissistic, male, obsessed with power and all of that. But he was convincing in the role. He nails whatever you give him. It's just, unfortunately, he wasn't given very much material to work with.
Yeah.
He was in that movie where he was like a samurai or something. He ran around with the katana. It had
I never saw it.
In it.
Was it any good?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. It was it was quite fun.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
But yeah, he transforms into this role though. When you see him compared to the real guy, they're basically identical.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Sorry, I got a little heated and less mad than normal when I'm talking about that one. Like, it just really bothered me.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable.
But
you take life. I mean, you got to answer for something. Especially when you didn't have to. Nothing,
man. Not even that they didn't even. He wasn't even acquitted. He was never brought on charges anyway. I think it went to a grand jury. Maybe they went to see if they could, and they're like, no, it seems fine to us. Like,
I mean, there are all sorts of reasons why they could use to justify it. So.
Oh shit! You can rent it now. I'm renting it tonight. I didn't know it was already available. But support the vets,
Yeah. Over here it's actually called 892.
Oh, really?
It's not called Breaking. Yeah, it's just called 892. So,
last thing, and we'll move on because everybody supports the troops, but nobody gives a fuck about veterans. That's the truth. The truth. This country as a whole support the troops, all the time, right? But nobody gives a fuck about veterans. Period. That's why most of the organizations that are out there that are unlike Wounded Warriors, and they are some conniving, stealing, manipulative. Most of the organizations that actually do work for veterans are founded and ran by veterans themselves, because that's who looks out for veterans. Are veterans.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, bro. I remember I went to see my grandfather. He was in a VA hospital, and just looking around, at all the vets that were in there, and just the way they treat them was terrible. Once they get older and stuff, I mean, we should do a lot better for them.
Yeah, this is dumb. This is dumb, but it kind of illustrates the point. Like, I remember I went to I was already medically retired, and I went to SeaWorld with some people. And I didn't get the military discount because I was medically retired. I wasn't active duty. So I'm in San Antonio, right? So I was like, just so I get this right, a kid that's in AIT in training has been in the Army for like 3 months. He can come and get the military discount, but a disabled veteran cannot get the military discount. Like what? Who makes this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, of course, when you're in New York and you go into Manhattan and you just see like how many homeless vets are still out there, just in the street, man, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, man. So I'm definitely gonna watch that tonight. I didn't know it was.
Wow. I think I did an internal racism. I didn't realize John Boyega was in the second Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
I had another actor that I criticized for his role on Twitter. I'm gonna have to change that tweet now.
Wasn't he playing Idris's son in that one?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was Boyega.
Yeah. I don't think I watched that. I don't think I watched either one of them.
It
Were
was
they
bad.
good?
It was. I mean, not like the first one was fantastic, but everything that made the first one fun and interesting was just taken out of this one.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get much more of those.
The Pacific Rim movies were okay. I get it. Hellboy, that guy did it, right? Didn't he? No, he didn't. Wasn't that dude did it? Was it? Who was the dude that did the first Hellboy movies?
Oh, Gil Toro. Guillermo del Toro. Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro.
Nailed
that
it.
guy? Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. Geronimo, you said? I don't think
Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Guillermo. You remember that Matt Dillon? Not Matt Dillon. Matt Damon Geronimo movie?
What?
He played Geronimo?
Yeah.
Oh
no, he didn't play Geronimo. No. It was the one Native American actor that plays all Native American roles. You know that guy?
Gray Eyes?
Yeah. From Last of the Mohicans. He was the bad
that
guy.
That's the other guy. It's two.
Okay, yeah. There's two.
Yeah. Oh, geez, what's his name? He's something Grant is his last name.
Ooh, he was in Savage. Was it Savage? With Batman, Christopher Nolan's Batman. Who was like, what's his name? We were just talking about how he's an asshole to everybody. The Dark Knight.
Christian Bale.
Kristen Bale. Yeah, his movie that came out like 3 years ago, something like that, called Savage or Savages. The same Native American guy was in that one too. That's a really good movie. He plays a cavalry officer that has to take this dying war chief or whatever.
That's the one that has Quicksilver in it, isn't it? The guy who plays Quicksilver in Kick-Ass?
Which one? Oh, no. That's the Oliver Stone movie, Savages, was also good. It has Taylor Kicks in it from Friday Night Lights. That's a really good one too. No, this one, Savages, no, it has Kristen Bell in it. And he's taking this war chief who's dying of cancer and taking him to like his sacred land, his people's land, so he can, be buried there or die or whatever. And it just goes horrible the whole way. And it's a really good movie though. Pretty sure it's Savages.
Yeah, I don't recognize the name. So yeah.
I think it is on Hulu right now, actually. If I'm not mistaken.
There you go.
The movie is called, pretty sure, Savages. Hostiles. Nope, completely wrong. Hostiles.
Now, Savages is a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, you liked it too? The Quicksilver and Taylor Kicks?
Mm-hmm.
I like Oliver Stone.
Wes Studi. That's who you're talking
Wes
about.
Studi.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking of the other guy. Yep. Yeah, Wes Studi. Yeah, he's the Indian in everything.
And the other one is Michael Gray Eyes, who's in everything. I love him. Yeah. He's awesome.
Oh, I didn't know that.
At least they're getting like real Indians to play Indians. Back in the day, they didn't care who was playing them.
Well, but
white people.
I mean, the commercial with the Native American like has the tear. Somebody throws trash out the car and he turns around. Yeah, he's Italian.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was his name? Iron Hills, something like that. Anyway, there was a real Native American guy that kept trying to call him out on that bullshit for years, and he got treated like crap in Hollywood and in the Native American community as a whole because he's one of the most famous Native Americans of all time. They even have like a celebration day or I think maybe even be multiple days of him, even knowing that dude was Italian from Louisiana, but they still do it because, like he's the most famous one guy. He played golf with the president. You know what I mean? I forgot which president.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And he also did the makeup. He also did the makeup for a lot of those movies, the red makeup. Yeah, he did that too.
Yeah, I saw an old episode of, I think it was like Gunsmoke, where Mr. Spock was playing an Indian. That was wild, man.
Oh,
yeah,
Hollywood never cared. That's why I keep telling people every time this comes up, I'm like, Hollywood, they've never cared about any type of accuracy. It's not new.
At least they didn't cast John Wayne as Genghis Khan. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh, John Wayne. Yeah.
Iron Eyes Cody. Yeah.
Iron Eyes Cody. Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew it was Iron something. I think the other guy, his name was something Hills or something like that. But like he could actually write. And they had beef,
Something
man. Like they wrote
Woods,
books.
I think it was.
Never
mind. The most interesting man alive was Jewish.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow.
There was also that
Hispanic coded.
He was Hispanic coded. There was also that dude that Grant may be the only one that gets this one. There was that guy. Remember, he pretended to be like a Brazilian, and
Rafa. Rafael Torres.
And then Nate Diaz almost smacked the shit out of him because Nate Diaz didn't know he was just because this guy back in the day, like he did a lot of this with Rogan, and who's Rogan's friend?
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo, right? And he would like, he talked like a Brazilian, and he would like, mess around with different fighters and stuff. It was kind of just like a bit that he would do, but he started doing it with Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz didn't know who he was. Nate Diaz is from, where's he from?
209.
Yeah. Who almost smacked the shit out of him. Yeah, Stockton. Almost smacked the shit out of him. And you can see it on his face too. He's like, oh, he doesn't know I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's in jail now because he did a rear naked choke on a bloke and killed him.
Damn.
Wow.
It was his girlfriend's husband.
Oh, so it was an accident.
Yeah, he held it for 12 minutes accidentally.
What?
Yeah, total accident. I'd see that.
For 12 minutes. Okay.
Oh yeah, Vasquez in Aliens, not Hispanic.
Yeah.
That still doesn't compute with me. She did that way too well.
And she was also killed by a Terminator too.
Was she?
Yeah, she was John Connor's mum. That was the foster mum.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she almost had the trifecta. She just hadn't been killed by a predator yet, so she would have had the full trifecta.
I'm out of things. I was trying to get us to the 2 hours, but I think we're done. Did we even talk about anything? Were we supposed to talk about something, Grant?
I think we covered all the things that we were going to talk about in the title because the title says Saturday Dump. So I think we nailed that.
Nailed it. So the takeaway from this would be there's great stuff out there. Severance is a must watch.
Absolutely.
Yep. LL Cool J had the superior movie rap song.
We found out what happened to Ty Diggs. Or Tay Diggs, depending.
Tay Diggs. Yeah. Oh, and Jane Theory's Wu-Tang name is what was it? Something Cervix?
Something Curvix or something. Yeah.
I don't remember. I intentionally forgot.
Anyway, all right, guys, and we're out. Oh, I don't have an outro, by the way. He still hasn't given me one.
You didn't leave me one?
No, I'll use one of my own. But Jane, you got anything coming up?
Yeah. So tomorrow, following House of the Dragon, I will be on Nerdrotic's channel.
Oh,
with Gary and Mahler and Shad.
Never heard of him.
Wow,
discussing the episode. So
that's cool. Hey, look, no pressure, but if there is any way that you could work me into the conversation in a natural way, let it come up naturally. you know, as those conversations
It's like, oh
go.
man, that guy seemed really mad. Speaking of mad,
Comment, say something in the chat, and I'll be like, oh yeah.
Oh, I don't watch. I'm not on it. I don't watch things I'm not on.
Oh, see, that was your chance.
Not even I. Wait, hold on. Yeah, but that wasn't for a movie though. Cool as Ice, that came out after Cool as Ice, you know, the Vanilla Ice movie.
yeah. Well, I mean, even if you want to talk about a rap song, I mean, he's picked the right.
Oh,
right
you
one,
know
but
what?
He didn't do the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Ninja Rap actually would beat out LL Cool J. Yeah. As long as you've seen a turtle get down.
Yeah. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. It was even the last one in the movie.
Matt can't read.
That's how good of a song it was.
I think he's responding to I don't like any rap songs from the Time Prophet. That must be what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, John looks he played Luigi Mario.
Oh yeah, that's Mario's brother. That's right.
Yeah. Cool as Ice. Yeah, with Vanilla Ice. It is a bananas movie. It makes no sense.
He needs to go somewhere and sit down. Has he retired yet?
With Vanilla Ice?
Yeah.
No, he's got a renovation channel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's like flipping houses and stuff.
Oh Lord.
Whenever he goes out on tour, people love him though.
Yeah, that is true.
A lot
Yeah.
of support. Yeah,
Is he still doing the Ice Ice Baby stuff?
Yeah, but he does like a rock version of it.
Yeah,
like a heavy metal.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. His catchphrase for his show is if you've got a problem, I'll solve it.
There you go.
So yeah.
Mark, you got anything?
Just doing my thing, man. You know, come by the channel. It's always worthwhile. And of course, I do my thing with the Dark Council every Wednesday, Drunk 3PO's basement. And it's a lot of fun. So that's what I got going on.
Grant,
thanks everybody for coming out.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a whole heap of shorts and that this week for a bunch of channels, and so yeah. Apparently my short overnight hit like 30K out of nowhere after being up for a week and not even hitting 10. Then just went 30K overnight. So
that's good.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's crazy. I don't know how to algorithm, but
I don't know the algorithm. I haven't even done a short yet. I guess I'll go do some eventually. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming. Oh no.
Yeah,
that's not a.
How do you mirror somebody real time? That's weird.
He does all kinds of weird things with computers and stuff.
Yeah.
He computers very well.
I've been known to computer a fair bit.
Anyway, what?
Whoa.
What are you doing?
Is it picking up your son from the back?
I don't know what that is, man. That's creepy.
But I'm gonna end it there because that is freaking me out. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Listen now, Mr. Kansas Law Dog. Law don't go around here. Savvy?
Hey, Law Dog. Law don't go around here. And I say, Law Doggy. Law don't go around here.
I want you to know it's over.
Well, bye.